Great, right on time. Welcome to Digital Asset News. My name is Rob, taking the prospects of what's going on in the crypto world and trying to break it down into bite-sized pieces. So today, just the thumbnail and title suggests, we now have a second announcement for Blackrock. And the first one was Coinbase, and the next one, I believe, is much bigger. And these are the things in a bear market that allows me to be a little bit bullish and dream a little bit. Also, we'll do a Cardano follow-up, and then we'll take a look at some layer one and sidechain competitor news. And lastly, we'll go over a token metrics interview with 50 lifetime membership giveaways. And what I'm talking about is going to look something like this. So I'm going to be able to give you 50 lifetime memberships from this. This is a snippet of the interview I did with Ian.
So lots of our customers and community have asked us to create lifetime subscriptions. So we figured, why not make this a lifetime NFT? So we've launched what's called Token Metrics Astronaut Society, where we'll have a mint coming up within a month or so, where our community can purchase lifetime subscriptions to Token Metrics as an NFT. And these NFTs will give you access to the platform.
So stick around for that, and then I'll be giving those away and showing you how to do it. So first of all, let's jump into a little bit about what is going on in the market. So today, it is the 11th or so, August 11th, I think. Yeah, look at that, 12:20 Texas, El Paso, Texas time. And I don't think this is right. Down 2.8%. Let me refresh this. That's better. All right, 1.4%. They didn't update it, but hey, not too bad. We're above 24,000 for Bitcoin, up 1.6. Ethereum's up. Everything's up, I think. Binance Coin's down a little bit, but hey, had a good run. 3.4% for Polkadot. Also, as a reminder, they have started staking on iTrust Capital for Roth IRAs for Polkadot. It's a 90-day lockup. You can actually do staking within your Roth IRA tax-free right here in America. And what else we got? That's about it. Dang, Ethereum Classic is up 12%. I guess people just do not want to give that up as we start to move in towards the merge. And I can give you the exact date it's going to happen, potentially. So that's the market itself. That's what's going on, not a big thing. Let's jump into the big story today. BlackRock's second big announcement. And we had talked about this before when there was an announcement with Coinbase. And I got to tell you, I thought it was a pretty good deal as far as announcements go. I mean, BlackRock, they have, 10 trillion assets under management, or maybe 8.5 trillion, depending on the markets as it goes through its courses. What's a 1.5 trillion? But this was on August 4th, and it was a big deal. BlackRock teams up with Coinbase in the crypto market expansion. Even I was talking about how great it was, and it really is. I think it is, but there's been some particulars that need to be called out. And a couple of things. First is that the good part was BlackRock chose to partner with Coinbase because of its scale in the market and role in providing trading, custody services, prime brokerage, and reporting capabilities. The service will be available for clients of both companies. So that's good. That's a lot of people, a lot of money that can potentially flow into crypto. But here's the part that I think some people missed, even me. And it says, the Coinbase partnership between BlackRock and Aladdin is an exciting milestone for our firm. This is Brett Tepal, head of Coinbase Institutional. And Aladdin is just a data feed. It's a data feed through which BlackRock and their institutional investors can take a look and go, oh, that's what crypto is selling for. That's what Bitcoin is selling for. That sounds good. But again, so there were some people that were like, this isn't as big of a deal as people think it might be. And maybe they're right, maybe they're not. But I think it's a step in the right direction. But this, my friends, is where we want to be. And this is from today, August 11th. BlackRock offers Bitcoin investing to big institutional clients. This is what's going on. BlackRock is offering its first ever investment product directly in Bitcoin. So this isn't futures. This isn't a shorting ETF or something like that. This is the real deal. BlackRock is offering its first ever investment product directly in Bitcoin. The new private Bitcoin trust seeks to track the price of the biggest crypto and respond to demand from large institutional clients seeking exposure to the asset, even after its price plunged this year. And I got to tell you, in 2017, we didn't have any of this stuff. None of this. And that was during the big bull run. And then 2018, really you were looked at as kind of like a moron for getting in or staying into crypto because, it was a Ponzi scheme and whatnot. But now that we see all these big institutions and even El Salvador, countries getting into it, you really got to take a step back and go, am I in the right place at the right time? I personally think I am. But I could be wrong. We could all be wrong. Who knows? But I just take a look at these stories and go, maybe this is a pretty good deal. So moving on, despite the steep downturn in the digital asset market, we are still seeing substantial interest from some institutional clients in how to efficiently and cost effectively access these assets using our technology and product capabilities. This is from Blackrock. Announcement of the new Bitcoin Trust is the second major move. Blackrock last week unveiled crypto with Coinbase Global. So again, when I take a look at these stories, it's just kind of like these little breadcrumbs. And does it move the market, a tremendous amount? No, not really. But what I'm looking for is just a little momentum as we're in this bear market. As you know, on this channel, I've been quite bearish, and I think with good reason. I think, once we had 67,000, plunged down to 50,000, 49, 48, so on and so forth, I was like, you know what? I think this is not going to look too good for a while. And it wasn't. Inflation went up, supply chain issues, macro environment is not the best. So the narrative wasn't there. But right now, if people that are paying attention like me and you, and we're taking a look at these stories and we're like, you know what? This is when everybody gets rich, unfortunately, is in these bear markets. And everything that is building right now and things can move forward. Now, could this all collapse and we go to zero? Sure. Why not? But it is a speculative asset. And I got to tell you, these types of stories make me or a little more bullish. Anyhow, let me know what you think about that in the comment section. Let's move on to a piece that I had covered, or we had covered a couple of days ago. And we've been off for a day or so, and then here and there because of health issues. And I'll get to all that in the Q&A later. We'll talk about it. But this was a story. Mark Cuban was on Altcoin Daily, and it was a good interview. It was like an hour long. Encourage everybody to watch it. Fantastic stuff. I know some people hate Mark Cuban, but hey, he is what he is. And depending if you hate him or love him, it doesn't really matter. The guy's got a lot of sway, not with us, but with the people that are out there that listen to Mark Cuban, because he's a shark. He's a shark tank, and people listen to him and go, oh, well, then Cardano's not that good because he said it's not that good, even though they don't do any research. It's just how it is. So we had talked about this, and there was a specific quote where Mark said this. Cuban says he looks at the number of transactions on a blockchain, calling it a bellwether of success. He looks at two things, fees and transactions. And he goes, I guess the people in Africa are not using Cardano as much as they expected because you don't see the transactions, you don't see the fees, and that's what excludes Cardano from being a success. And we took a pretty deep dive into it, and we took a look at the fees, and the fees were definitely not there, but that's probably because that ETH fees are so darn high. And of course, the fees for Cardano were much lower. And of course, that's why there wasn't a substantial revenue based on fees, which makes sense. But the big thing was transactions. And we took a look at transactions, and yes, it was true. Ethereum had much more transactions. But then I got this great post. And let me see if I can blow this up. It's from Dane Torode. I think I said his name right. And he says, hey, look up what EUTXO is, and you will maybe understand why Cardano has less transactions. And I was, well, maybe you could explain it to me. See, here's the thing. There's a difference between me and some other people. Some people might be like, no, I know what I'm talking about. Here's the thing. If you have more information than me, let me know, because I'll take a look at it. And he says, in a nutshell, ADA and its dApps have the ability to handle hundreds, probably even thousands of transactions into one transaction, which is true. I've sent many different tokens through one transaction. It's simply not the same transfer model or TX model, and you can't realistically compare it to a non-UTXO, unspent transfers system using the same metrics. Unspent transfer is the same one that Bitcoin uses. Ethereum uses just a basic model, just back and forth. You have to go find the adjusted transaction volume metrics to get a closer comparison. Okay, so I was like, well, that's quite interesting. So what I did is there's a link in the description. It's Cardano Ghost Chain. Let me open this up. And what I took a look at is the basics from 1 through 12. And again, I'm not going to make an assumption for anybody. You are smart. You are smart. You are smart enough to figure this out. So I'm just going to give you the information, and then you can make your decision, because you're an autonomous human being. It's not that tough. So with Cardano, this is in 2020, 2021. This is the ecosystem. November, here's April. I haven't updated it yet because I can't find much data, but it's more. We'll say it's more. Everything's going good, right? Projects building Cardano about 1,000. All right. Here's how much is being staked. This is the staking ratio, 71%. Here's DeFi, 72 is locked up in DeFi. In Ethereum, it's 45 billion. Bitcoin is 118.55 million in DeFi, and Cardano only has 118.56. So it is what it is. So this is the thing that I added on here, which we take a look about fees and transactions. And there's a website he's always talking about, crypto fees, and he's right. I mean, Ethereum's crushing it with fees right now. I mean, that's what the whole point of the merge, not this. The merge is going to happen in about a month or so. That's not going to do much for fees. It's going to be the next iteration where they start to do sharding. Sharding is going to be very big. It's going to drop the fees, but not for a while. Heck, it took them years to get to this point. So we'll see if it goes that third point. Doesn't matter. Pay attention. So Ethereum here, one-day fees is over 3 million, roughly every day. So they get like, good amount of fees, right? 1 day, 3 times 30, 90 million. Good for them. And then, of course, you can verify this for the fees per transaction over on Messari. And it says right here, this is on July 28th, the average transaction fee for Ethereum was $3.99. Now, it could be higher, it could be lower, depending on smart contracts and whatever you're doing. Sure. Okay. Cardano makes squat. It only makes it at $13,000 in fees. Ripple had much lower, I might add, $750. And that's just the truth. The fees are very low. And Mark Cuban's right. And we take a look here, Messari, we know that for the average transaction fee, it is only 19 cents, which is pretty crazy, right? Good for them. And then now we take a look at the transactions. And again, if we take a look at transactions, just basic transactions, you can go to Messari, and on July 31st, just as an average, you're looking at 1.2 million, 1,158,621. Okay. So those were the transaction. That's a lot of transactions per day. And then if you take a look at Cardano, they only had 91,000, which is essentially what we all know. And then from what the post was, well, what about adjusted transaction volume? So Messari does this. They go, look, here's the adjusted transaction volume. This is estimated on-chain transaction volume in USD for the past 24 hours, adjusted to try and remove some types of non-economic transactions. Mostly just back and forth, really not too much going on. And again, kind of hard if you can do multiple transactions in one, like what Cardano can do. So if we take a look at Ethereum, again, over at Messari, adjusted transaction volume, you can see the adjusted transaction volume is 1.52 billion. 1.52 billion for Ethereum. That's the adjusted transaction volume. And we take a look at Cardano, it's 7.82 billion. Adjusted transaction volume. And what I did was I put all the links there so you could figure it out for yourself and go from there. So that was just a quick update about Cardano, what's going on. You're smart. You can take a look. I'm sure we're going to add to it. Let me know in the comment section where I'm wrong or what I need to look at. I'm always interested to see where there's gaps in the knowledge because it's all about moving forward, right? Awesome. So that's Cardano looking pretty good, making me kind of bullish on there. And then also, there was a tweet. There's 2 tweets from Polygon. One, they talked about how they're going to do some kind of tease with a new finance for Web3. Pay attention, or it's coming out soon. And they did and then they always do these things. It's almost like Tronish, where they're like, hey, there's a new announcement for an announcement. But the last one they talked about was Disney and their incubator program, and that I think was pretty huge. This one says, hey, we got 37,000 dApps are being built on Polygon, according to the latest data from Alchemy platform. That's almost twice the number in March and 4 times jump since the start of the year. To me, I don't know about you, that's pretty big. I am investing into Polygon. I am investing into Cardano. I'm also investing into Ethereum because I think I don't really care who wins. I just don't. I think there's room for everybody. One's going to have the lion's share, the others are going to be around there. But I'm not a maximalist anyway. Okay, I'm not trying to save the world. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm trying to change my bank account. And the Ethereum merge has officially been slated for September 15th and 16th. And of course, you can read the comments, which is, well, when are they going to push that back? But who knows? But there's a great website I want to make mention of for everybody to follow. It's called WhenMerge, whenmerge.com. Very simple. And it just does a countdown. So we'll see if that actually works. And it's got a bunch of news about what's going on if you want to follow around and go from there. And then it talks about the difficulty bomb countdown. And if you don't know, difficulty bomb, as ETH Hub explains, Ethereum's difficulty bomb refers to a mechanism that at a predefined block number increases the difficulty level of puzzles, I guess, in the proof of work mining algorithm, resulting in a longer than normal block times and thus less ETH rewards for miners, meaning they want all these miners to stop because they're going to proof of stake. This mechanism increases the difficulty exponentially over time and eventually leads to what is referred to as the ice age. That is, the chain becomes so difficult to mine that it grinds to a halt and stops producing blocks and freezes. So if this goes through, first of all, I will be wrong because I think they're going to push it back again, but that's just me. If it doesn't happen, great. The price will probably go up. The real question is this a buy the rumor, sell the news? That's for you to decide, not me. So anyhow, that's what's going on with Ethereum, Polygon. And lastly, I want to make mention of this. Near Protocol is going to be listed on Coinbase. Coinbase used to have a pretty big effect. I guess it still does. I don't know why, because Coinbase lists gosh darn near everything these days. But Near, I guess, pumped a little bit after Coinbase added to its roadmap. And just so you know, Near Protocol's token jumped 12% to almost $6. It's pretty good. Near was created to operate faster and cheaper than ETH. It achieves its high transaction speed and capacity through a process called sharding. I do not think they have sharding in the bag already. I think that is one of those things that is down the line as far as their roadmap. I could be wrong. Check me in the comments. But I do know this. If they can pull this off, because they are the layer of choice for Sweatcoin. And Sweatcoin already has 11 million wallets. They have 100 million users because it's a free app right now. It's what I'm always talking about on Twitter. And they already have 11 million crypto wallets. If they can come in and they can handle that load right off the bat, Near Protocol will go through the roof. The flip side of that is if they try to handle it and it collapses, the price will crash like crazy. So we'll see what happens. I'd love to have those guys on and talk about that. Anyhow, that's what's going on for the layer ones, the side chains, and Cardano, everything else. Again, let me know what you think about that in the comments section. And lastly, let's do a giveaway, huh? So this is for Token Metrics. And I talk about Token Metrics here and there. They're going to give away 50 lifetime memberships to Token Metrics. And what I'm going to do is there was an interview I did with Ian, who is the CEO of Token Metrics. So this is what Token Metrics is, how it all works. So just take a listen. Let me get out of here and I will play that. Okay, so as promised, I wanted to bring in somebody to talk about what is going on in the world of crypto, more specifically, a website that can actually help you that I use personally, Token Metrics. So Ian, welcome back to the show. What is this, like third or fourth time you've been on here?
Yeah, and always a pleasure. Great to be back.
Yeah, so it's been a long, we got to stop making it this long because right now everybody needs as much information that they possibly can get. So I got a couple questions for you today. First of all, for those who don't know, what the heck is Token Metrics? Then I'm going to ask about what's new at Token Metrics site. And you got some things going on. And then lastly, I know we're talking about Web3 and the things that it does, but what are you guys doing to help push that forward? And how are you trying to, get things into the forefront? So first of all, Ian, what is Token Metrics?
Great question. Token Metrics is an AI-driven crypto analytics platform that helps crypto investors become smarter investors. Our goal is to help crypto investors and traders make money in crypto using data, AI, and helping them find the needle in the haystack. This is done through a few key products. One, through crypto ratings. So our AI ratings, think of them as Moody for cryptos or credit scores for crypto assets. We tell you how bullish and bearish we are on crypto assets using different data points from market data to quantitative data, on-chain data, sentiment data, as many data points as possible. Then we also have model portfolios, crypto indices for different exchanges, for over 10 crypto exchanges from Coinbase to Binance to FTX to the whole market that are built using our AI ratings that help you really build a fully diversified portfolio in the crypto space, as well as having crypto research through our newsletter and our media company.
Yeah, that's good, man, because it's hard to make sense of the whole crypto market. And I think people need as much data as they possibly can. And then of course it's up to you if for you watching the video, if you want to check this out. There's always a link in the description, but this is what it looks like. Token Metrics, and here it all is. Ian, do me a favor, just walk us through a couple of things, some points to point out for people who are new when they come in here.
So this is our Token Metrics market indicator. It essentially tells you when the market is bearish or bullish. This is actually free. Anybody can access this for free if you just go to tokenmetrics.com without even logging in.
Nice.
If you zoom out and click on year on the top right on the time horizon, this is actually called the peak of the last bull run back in November. If you see when it was bearish. So the way this works is we have thousands of crypto assets in our platform, and we have AI ratings for all of them. And we take the whole market as a whole and the ratings, and we see what's the percentage of bullish versus bearish. And using that, we're able to almost perfectly call the top back in November and almost perfectly call the bottom recently. But basically, this helps you know when to enter and get out of the market, when to shift strategies, because a bearish market has a totally different investment and trading strategy versus a bullish market.
Gotcha. Well, look at that.
Yeah. And then if you scroll down, we actually have a chart that tells you if we're in altcoin season or not. So basically, when it's green, right now we're in altcoin season. So right now is a good time to start accumulating altcoins.
All right. A lot of different indicators to choose from. A lot of things out there. Altcoin season. Well, who doesn't like that? All right. Cool. So I guess, that's just a quick overview of what's going on. So Ian, what's new, man? What's new?
Yeah. So lots of people have been asking for us to add NFTs, non-fungible tokens, to our platform. And as of this week, we have officially added them to the platform. So we have introduced the new NFT grade, which is an AI-powered grade that does the same thing we did for crypto assets, but with NFTs. So if you go to analytics on the top left, and then click NFTs, we leverage our AI to take all the different on-chain data points and rate NFT collections as a whole on which ones we think have the most value. So in this case, our motto is very bullish on Bored Ape Kennel Club, followed by Bored Ape Yacht Club, then Parallel Alpha, Townstar, and Doodles. And then, so this helps you figure out what NFTs are actually worth looking at in terms of investing in. And then if you go to NFT assets on the top left, this will go through and find individual NFTs that we think have the most upside. So in this case, we have this Parallel Alpha.
Oh my God.
This one had a last sale of 24,000. That one, I'll be kind of cautious. Could be wash trading. Who knows? We'll have to kind of research that. But based on the on-chain data, it kind of tells you where to look at, right? So for example, we have Bored Ape Yacht Club number 7634, which last sold for 51 ETH. And our AI estimates the price could be 122 ETH. So taking all the different data points, it basically gives an idea on what NFTs could be worth looking at. And if you click on a single NFT, it actually takes you to that page and will give you more information on the trades and why that is rare.
Man, look at that. 95 estimated price, 196. Shoo, that's a lot of money.
So this helps you go through and very quickly sift through the NFTs and which ones would be potentially good trades or investments.
Those of us who are in NFTs, which would lead me to my next point, because everybody's talking about NFTs and how great they are. And I think they're going to be good. I don't see it like, a Doodles and a Bored Ape Yacht Club could be great, fantastic. But I'm looking at more things for ownership, for real estate, for digital IDs and those types of things. So I know you guys are big on Web3. So we were talking beforehand. So what are you guys doing to push that narrative forward?
Yeah, Tokenmetrics is eating our own dog food. We're going Web3, but by creating our own NFTs. These NFTs will be different than typical NFTs. They'll have actual utility from the beginning. So lots of our customers and community have asked us to create lifetime subscriptions. So we figured, why not make this a lifetime NFT? So we've launched what's called Tokenmetrics Astrobot Society, where we'll have a mint coming up within a month or so, where our community can purchase lifetime subscriptions to Tokenmetrics as an NFT. And these NFTs will give you access to the platform. You'll be able to log in using your wallet, MetaMask, Wallet Connect, Coinbase Wallet, into the platform using the NFT you hold in your wallet. That will represent the full plans we have, from the basic plan all the way to the VIP plan. Now, in crypto fashion, we're making this a mint. So we have 10,000 NFTs. We're taking whitelist spots via pre-mint. If you go to premint.xyz/Astrobot Society, you'll have the ability to join the whitelist. And this whitelist will give you the opportunity to mint and purchase an NFT, but it will be random. So the price has not been set for the mint, but let's say the mint is 0.25 ETH to 2 ETH. Who knows what the final price will be. but you have the opportunity to potentially mint a VIP plan at a steep discount. So this is something that provides an opportunity for anybody who wanted to access Tokenmetrics using NFTs, or maybe even at a steep discount, and getting lifetime access as opposed to paying monthly or annual subscription.
Yeah. Yeah, see, this was the part that got my attention, because I'm like, that means that if someone's like, you know what, I don't really like this plan, or I'm going to get out of crypto and I'm just going to be a farmer, whatever, then they can just say, hey, I have this lifetime plan that you can purchase from me, and I can transfer it right from my wallet, my MetaMask wallet, to your MetaMask wallet, and then boom, off it goes, right?
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. We could resell it on OpenSea.
That's crazy, and I think that's where things are going. All right, man, that sounds cool. Well, Ian, anything? Oh, before I take off, let me ask you about this. How do you, and first of all, thanks for coming on the show. We all appreciate it. I appreciate it. But how do you see the market going? Right now, it's August something. CPI numbers are out. How do you see things going for the next 12 months or so, 6 to 12 months?
Well, right now, I would say we're short-term bullish. So our AI models have turned bullish on the market. So we're bullish as well. However, we just gotten out of a bear market. So we want to be cautious, but optimistic. So I would say we're optimistically cautious, if that makes sense.
It makes, cautiously optimistic. So that's what I am all the time, almost. And then, of course, this is a good time to accumulate. Ian, thanks, my man, for coming on. We appreciate it.
Then one last thing. So you've been a great support of Tokenmetrics. We'd love to give away whitelist spots to your community. We have 50 of them. So we'll let you handle that. Our team would love to support the community as well.
Thank you for reminding me. So here's what we're going to do. So everybody, there's going to be a link in the description. I'm going to put a post up. It's going to look just like this. The link to that post in Twitter is going to have all the information, all the things you need to actually get whitelisted to potentially win a
Astrobot Society whitelist.
Whitelist for an unlimited lifetime subscription to Tokenmetrics. So look for that in the description. Looks just like this, and we'll go from there. Ian, thanks for being so generous.
All right, it was a pleasure. I appreciate it.
All right, everybody, let's jump back. Great. Well, anyhow, first of all, thanks, Ian, again for coming on. I really appreciate it. And just to reiterate, just to make sure that we're on the same page, if we're taking a look at, first of all, to win that, the whitelist, to have a lifetime membership, there's a link in the description. There's a link to the Twitter post right here, or you just go here to the actual site to sign up. And that site itself looks just like this. And it says, follow Astrobot Society, follow News Asset on Twitter, must like and retweet this tweet, and then put your email in there, and then they'll draw it. 50 spots. And just so you know, this is not like, I didn't realize there was so much. So like just for a basic membership at Tokenmetrics is $20 a month or $200 a year. Advanced is $100 a month, $1,000 a year. Premium is $300 a month or $3,000 a year. And the VIP, like he was talking about, is $750 a month or $7,500 a year. So if you want to win something like that, we got 50 of those spots open. Might behoove you to go in there and check it out. So that's what we got right there. Hopefully we got 50 winners, and that's it. So that's what's going on. So look, that takes care of today in the news and what's happening. Now we're going to jump into I'll do the quick health update and the Q&A. We'll do that. If you got to take off, get out of here. You've been here for 28 minutes or so. Time to go do some other stuff. But thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Hit the like if you like it, subscribe, and if not, I'll see you tomorrow anyhow. So that's it. Let's jump into Q&A. So let's go here. I guess the first thing is the first thing will be the health update. As you may have known, I've been very tired lately, like super, super worn out. And this is like the last week or so. So I didn't know what was going on. Had some blood drawn, had some scans, had to go see some doctors, which I got to tell you, like, I hate going to doctors, right? I used to work in the medical field, never liked going to them. And it's always like you're trying to get pushed in and out. It sucks. But they took a look at all the labs. Everything looks good. And I thought, for me, because I'm getting much older every day, I was like, well, it's got to be something with, maybe like hemoglobin or red blood cells or something like that, or maybe the testosterone. And everything came back pretty good. And I'm like, well, that's all right. So the big thing was testosterone was above average. Yeah, that's great. Must be all that working out I do and keep myself busy, I suppose. but there was one that was super low. It's called DHEA. And this is a precursor to testosterone and estrogen and some other hormones. And when they took a look at it, they go, hey, you know, your free testosterone or your testosterone total is fine. It's pretty good actually, but your free testosterone is a little bit low. So I think you have a problem with your DHEA. And that was it. So now I started supplementation of DHE tablets, and that's what's going on. So we'll see how it works. I mean, I feel better today, probably because I have the knowledge of what's going on. So nothing big. And of course, in my mind, I always have the worst case scenario. I'm like, oh God, I got like Lou Gehrig's disease or it's cancer or something like that, but wasn't. So feeling pretty good about that. So maybe I can keep up with grandkids and stuff like that. But that's what's happening. That was the update. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Great. Now your questions, which I think is more important. No one cares about health. All right. This was funny. Guns and Loaded says, I identify as a bull. I got to tell you, I think we've all noticed the bearishness out of this channel. There's not been really much to be bullish about. CPI numbers came out much lower than expected, although core inflation didn't change. The consumer price index numbers changed. That's great, but the core inflation didn't. So I still think that they're going to raise 50 to 75 points. And that's good. I mean, let's see him do it. That's not good. No one wants that. Am I stupid? But I think Jerome Powell can't take his foot off the gas now. I think he's like, okay, I got a little bit of win because people have been calling me, you know, the dumbest person of all time for the last 6 months. Now I have to just keep my foot on the throat of inflation until I stomp it out. That's what I would do. Anyhow, but besides that, I mean, look, there's some really good things going on. I got to tell you, I love the bear market. First of all, the people that follow me on this channel, I don't get the dumbest responses. I hate to say that, but it's true. Like, I have a lot more smart people. I have people that actually get it, and they don't just like say the most ridiculous stuff out there. Like, you guys get it of why we're here. I'm telling you right now, when the bull market comes, I'm not going to be that happy either. I'll probably be selling a good amount. And if you haven't checked that video out, the 2025 bull run strategy, just check it out. It's in the links in the description. Okay. I love Rob, but when he called Blackrock smart money, I nearly stopped watching the channel. Well, some people hate Blackrock. I get it. I mean, some people say they're the evil empire, but they can still be used. It's like a gun. You know, in the hands of the wrong people can be extremely evil, but it can also be a savior. So with Blackrock, I look at it as a double-edged sword. I'm just here to support them when they want to get their institutional money in and lambast them when they take the money out. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Let's see. Blackrock is all about ESGs, and Bitcoin is bad for the environment or whatever line. You know, you have to remember, even Ted Cruz talks about this, senator here in Texas. He said, you know, what's great about Bitcoin is that they use the flare-offs from the mining, which is wasted energy and bad for the environment, to help fuel Bitcoin miners. I can support that. Also, on top of that, any kind of nuclear power. It's a funny thing. Nuclear power was a big, bad, ugly word for the longest time. Now, all of a sudden, it's considered environmentally friendly in certain countries. So once we start getting more of that, Bitcoin becomes environmentally friendly. And you'll be shocked how fast that narrative changes when a bunch of big companies like BlackRock come in. They go, okay, now it's time to flip the switch. Watch. Market right now. Dave, thanks for becoming a YouTube member. I appreciate it. Zipper snipper. Why does everyone in the crypto world spell when? I think it was someone said it's an old meme, when moon from 2017. It's pretty funny, but that's what we say. And same thing like hold. Why don't people just say hold Bitcoin instead of hodl Bitcoin? It is. Token metric sucks. They recommended Tornado Cash, asking about it. I haven't talked about it. A lot of people recommended Tornado Cash, and of course that got banned. So here we are again. I don't think anybody knew that was going to get banned. I mean, did you have people in the upper echelons of government that would tell you this? Look, you can't get them all right. I'm full on. I like this one, Darth Mike. I'm full on dumb money, and I embrace the term. You know, are we really dumb money? Because, like, to me, it seems like people make things so complex, so you'll have to follow them to get the real information. And when somebody simplifies it, like Ian and Token Metric simplifies everything. Hey, you guess what? This is around the time that will be considered altcoin season. Great. What is it? It's green. I like green, and that's it. But it seems like some people out there, they make things so complex, because to make things complex is easy. This is what Steve Jobs talked about. But to make things simple is incredibly tough. And I tip my hat to the people that can do that. And as you call yourself dumb money, I don't think you are. If you're just dollar cost averaging and waiting for, you have a 5 to 10 year outlook, you're smart money to me. Smart money's pushing HG, then one price tanks, and you buy into the HG stuff, you push, I guess. We'll see what happens. If you don't think BlackRock is smart money, everything's twisted. You know, I will say this. Who the heck's talking about BlackRock and Bitcoin and crypto? Nobody. People like us. That's it. This isn't splashed all over the mainstream media all over the place. Maybe you might see on like an MSNBC, like a short snippet or something like that, but no one's talking about this. And it's because they don't want people to. BlackRock's smart enough to not blast it all over the place and just kind of creep into it. You won't hear anything for a while, I think. But we know what's happening, and that's good news for me. Makes me a little bullish. Now, does that mean that we're going straight to the moon and going straight up? No, I think there's another dip around the corner. There's always a dip around the corner. That's what's great about the market. So for me personally, I think we got till 2023 to see some more positive action. I'm just here to accumulate. Darth Mike, everyone should check the Lex Friedman podcast with Brian Armstrong, pretty educational. I did watch a good amount of that. I got to tell you, I'm not a fan of Brian Armstrong initially because Coinbase always went down and would tick me off. But once you peel back the layers, mostly people are good people. Mostly. And then there's just some crazies out there. But Brian seemed like a pretty good guy. Des says, welcome back, Ian. I always like when he ends on. Oh, I interviewed Digital Dave from Crazy for Cryptos. I'll need to edit that and put it up there. He's got some pretty good insights into pretty good low capper, I'll say. Cardano was a whole, only has 118 million total value locked up. Ronan Bridge had 6x that amount locked up. Yeah, look where that went. And Robin's investing in lots of things because he has lots of money. I do not have a lot of money. I am just doing the exact same thing I did in 2018. I set a DCA. I used to, now Coinbase has it. So I've been using Coinbase and FTX a lot. Kraken, I like Kraken. I like Jesse Powell. And I like what they're doing over there. It's just that there's a problem with the ACH option for my bank. So it's hard to, I have to do a wire transfer to put it over there. The app for some reason doesn't work with USAA Bank. I don't know why. It's like, you know, it's all the military uses USAA. That's what I've been using since I was in the military, whatever. But what I do is I just set it and I buy some certain things. And I was talking about altcoins and I didn't want to say what they were, but, you know, Ethereum, Polygon, and Near seems like a reasonable thing for me. I think in 3 years, probably do pretty well. Could they go down? Yeah, sure. Why not? Could Bitcoin go down? Yeah, why not? But in the next bull run in 2025, which I think that's when it is, I think I'll be okay. And Mark G says, what are you going to do with 37,000 dApps? I don't know. Good question. I'm sure they're all awesome. I'm just kidding. They're not all awesome. It's just the survival of the fittest. Just like Apple and Android. No one uses tons of apps. I mean, I got tons of apps on my phone. I use probably 4. But it just really what it goes to show you is that it's being built on, because people love to say about how much is being built on. And if you really think about it, Mark's got a pretty good point. Who cares how many dApps are being built on it? Show me the dApp that has tons and tons of users. Show me the breakout app that's being used at a breakneck pace. Show me the app that is responsible for most of those transactions and lump those into the top 5. That's all I really care about. I mean, the other 36,995, whatever. Michael, Cardano is a go. That's very clever, funny. Rob Lexley, I do feel better. I think it's a mental thing. You know, when you figure out what the problem is, then you don't feel so bad. So, Beardy says, I've always been big on sharding. Ever talk about? Look, we will never escape it. Can we just call that the truth? We'll never escape the fact that sharding sounds like something different, and it's hilarious. No joke. We're going sideways till Q1. I think so. I could see that. Wealth creator, sick of these extra. Look, I don't blame you. Wealth creator's right. I used to get so pissed off in 2018 when I was listening to just like you, I'd listen to YouTube clowns. Some of them were real clowns. They're not even around anymore. And they would just spout the most ridiculous stuff. But there was always a couple that would say some pretty smart things, which is like this, which was the basics, which was like, look, market cycles, there's a bear and a bull market, dollar cost average, don't spend more than you can afford to lose, and I'll see you in 3 years. That was not what was sold to me. What was sold to me in 2017 was that Bitcoin was going to 1 million, Ethereum could potentially flip Bitcoin, and everything was going to go up forever. That's what was sold to me. And I was very disheartened, disenchanted when that didn't come true. But it was a nice slap to reality. And so I get, Wealth, what you're talking about, and I say the same thing now. Bear and bull markets, natural cycle, dollar cost average. Don't lose more than you can afford to lose. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Take all your money off exchanges. Cold storage. Very boring, but it does work. Tom, how to win the lifetime for Tokenmetrics. So, Tom, we had talked about this just to make sure. There's a link in the description. You can go to the Twitter post. You can go to here to win. Again, I thought it was a pretty cool thing what Ian's doing over there at Tokenmetrics. They're going to mint the NFT. That is your access into Tokenmetrics. And if you don't like it at some point, you're like, I'll just sell this. So imagine winning a lifetime membership to a gym. And you're like, cool. And you're like, I just want to get fat. And you're like, I don't want to work out anymore. And you just put it up on, some website, Facebook Marketplace or whatever. And like, hey, here's a lifetime membership to Planet Fitness. Who wants it? Bidding war. And you could like a ton of your money back. I thought it was a pretty cool thing. So if you're trying to win this, again, you go to this, the links in the description, fill out this information, follow Astro Bot Society, News Asset, retweet this, put in your email, they'll draw the winners. And just as a reminder, Tokenmetrics isn't cheap. It's good info though. I mean, let's be honest. I think we all need as much info as we possibly can get. This market ain't easy to navigate. Let's see. FAFO for real. But you can't say BlackRock isn't smart money, I guess. Look, they're institutions. They're here for the bottom dollar. I don't see why this is a big mystery. Let them do their thing. You do your thing. And then in the interview, that was Chloe in the background barking. I heard the Doge. The dog wants a whitelist. Very funny. Beardy, you do not believe that. EOS is where it's at. It could be. I can tell you, EOS was back in the day. Back in the day, EOS was everything. And it was going to be the biggest thing. Sweatcoin will make my shorts fit again next summer. Make shorts great again. Just so you know, this month for Sweatcoin, I'm losing big time. So I expect 10 more winners this month. And if you win, if you beat me in steps on your top 10, you get 50 Sweatcoins, or you can come on the show and I'll interview you how the heck you beat me, or I'll give you a portfolio review, top 3. Other 7, they'll get the 50 Sweatcoins. Yes, and no one ever lies. We're full of liars. We're people, and we're supposed to lie. It's not what I tell my kids, but I mean, you know what I mean. Let's see. It's survival of the fattest now. Thoughts on Solana? Solana's making strides. We'll see how it works. See if we can. I don't know. I don't know who's going to win. I still have some Solana. And I think we're it. Is that it? Oh, very nice. Held for 9 holes. EOS is still fast and cheap to send. Oh, I bet it is. Because everybody's using it. I'm 150% EOS. You're so, you're not. Oh, yeah. One more thing. Marx reminds me. Hey, Rob, have you checked the Twitter thread between Mickey of World Mobile Token and Mark Cuban? I have. It's very interesting. I talked to Mickey Watkins. He's the CEO of World Mobile Token, which is built on Cardano. And we did a Zoom meeting because I'm gonna interview him tomorrow. And we were talking about this whole thing. And he said, he goes, Mark doesn't understand. He goes that if he's looking at transactions, he goes, the fees are the fees. But if you're looking at the transactions in Tanzania, just Tanzania alone, he goes, you're going to have over 1 million people that could potentially sign up for this. Not that they're all going to, but just take that, take different countries in Africa. He goes, just to have them use the transactions, which is why it's so good that it's low, because you can't have people paying $3 a transaction fee on average like Ethereum, like we talked about. And that's even higher. So he says, if we just get 1 country, 2 country, 3 country, we become the largest DApp out there, and Cardano becomes the biggest chain. I'll let him explain it to you in the interview. And that's it. Look, I'm still feeling good today, so I'm going to cut it off right there, and we'll talk tomorrow. So look, if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, consider subscribing, all that good stuff. And that's it for today. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one. Adios.